دا سوال خو باید د فیسبوک له ادارې سره چې د بیان د ازادۍ دعوت دوی کوي او دلته خلک د بیان د ازادۍ.
This question should be asked to those people who are claiming to be promoters of freedom of speech, who do not allow publication of all information. I can ask Facebook company. This question should be asked to them.
Oh my God. When this Taliban spokesman was asked about restricting the rights and freedoms of Afghani women, he responded by calling out Facebook for limiting freedom of speech. Basically, his logic is that if Facebook can limit freedoms, then the Taliban can limit freedoms as well. Now, it has taken an Islamist jihadist organization to highlight on the world stage the hypocrisy of a Western big tech company that limits regular people's freedoms. Now, wait until you hear about Twitter and the Taliban. Folks, as you know, social media censorship is growing. The best way to support our video work for Israel is to subscribe to our video newsletter on pulseofisrael.com and to share our videos. If you are already a subscriber, then thank you. So even though the Taliban spokesman raked Facebook over the coals for denying freedom of speech on their platform, at least Facebook forbids the Taliban from using Facebook. So we have to give Facebook a thank you. As a Facebook spokesman recently told CNBC, quote, "The Taliban is sanctioned as a terrorist organization under US law, and we have banned them from our services under our dangerous organization policies," end quote. So thank you, Facebook. But does Facebook really deserve a thank you? While it bans Taliban accounts, look at this. Instagram, which is a Facebook company, just removed a post by pro-Israel advocate Noah Tishby for calling out the evil Taliban with regards to their oppression of women. This is the video she posted.
In recent days, we've seen the stunning takeover of Afghanistan by the Taliban. The Taliban announced that they will respect women's rights according to Islam and that women would be very happy to live under Sharia law. Just so we're clear, Sharia law states that a woman is her husband's possession. She can't leave the house unaccompanied by her husband or father. It says that if a woman is raped, she has to produce 4 male witnesses in order to validate her claim, or she's considered a cheater and can be stoned to death. But the rapist can be redeemed if he does the right thing and marries his victim, as one of his multiple wives, of course. It also states that if a woman is disobedient to her husband, he can beat her up. That is Sharia law. The Taliban is an extreme Sunni Islamist organization which is committed to Sharia and Jihad, a holy war to the death. Do you know who else is an extreme Sunni Islamist organization who's committed to Sharia law and a holy war to the death? Hamas. Hamas, the terrorist organization which took over Gaza and is at war with Israel, is essentially the Taliban. Yet, when Hamas launches rockets into Israel and Israel tries to defend herself against these monsters, celebrities and social justice warriors explode with righteous rage against Israel, a Western democracy. And when the Taliban takes over an entire country, crickets from them. The world is rightfully shocked by what is happening in Afghanistan. But when the same thing happens in Gaza, it's Israel's fault. Men in dresses, beards, turbans, and Kalashnikovs are the enemy of every Western value we hold dear. Hamas is the Taliban. It's the same ideology, same commitment to death, same human rights abuse, same obsession with 72 virgins which are promised to you in heaven should you become a shaheed. Free Afghanistan from the Taliban. Free Gaza from Hamas. And support Israel while you're at it.
Instagram banned this video of hers and had it totally removed. All Noah Tishby did is call out the evil of the Taliban and equating the evil Taliban to the evil Hamas, which Israel has to deal with, right? The Islamist jihadis that we deal with here. But Facebook, Instagram banned her video. You can't say any of those evil truths about the Taliban or Hamas. Well, Tishby then returned to Instagram and uploaded another post lambasting the company for removing her video and expressing confusion as to why it found speaking up about the rights of Afghani women offensive. Well, in response to that, Instagram then reinstated her initial video. Instagram's official statement was, quote, "The video was removed accidentally and was restored as soon as we learned of its removal," end quote. An accident? That was really only corrected only after Tishby made a whole stink about it. So Facebook, Instagram forbids official Taliban accounts, but they remove posts that call out the evil of the Taliban. They did correct their mistake with Tishbi's post, but this is a mistake that they do all the time. So Facebook and Instagram are still very much a part of the problem in not stopping the growing evil of Islamic jihadism in the world. Not good. Not good at all. But now let's take a look at Twitter. Well, hello! As the headline says, Twitter says Taliban can stay on platform if they obey rules. This is absolute insanity and evil. While Twitter cancels conservative accounts left and right, including President Trump's, it allows both official Taliban spokesmen to have accounts on Twitter. The Taliban, a horrific Islamist jihadist terrorist organization, they can have accounts, but not outspoken conservatives who go against the progressive values of Twitter. So whose side is Twitter on? Well, as Twitter explained in a statement documented in this Mediate article, asked on Tuesday whether Twitter would join Facebook, TikTok, and other tech companies in banning the terror group, a spokesman for the company sidestepped the question, saying in a statement it would, quote, continue to proactively enforce, unquote, its rules on the glorification of violence, platform manipulation, and spam. Twitter's top priority is keeping people safe and we remain vigilant, the Twitter statement. Really? So Twitter thinks that it is keeping people safe by allowing a US-recognized terror organization to use its platform, but the world is safer by removing conservative accounts like President Trump and many other conservatives who don't go according to the progressive values of Twitter. This is totally reprehensible. Here are just a few of the strong reactions to this Twitter decision. This one's from the US. A Republican Representative Madison Cawthorn from North Carolina tweeted, "Why on God's green earth does the Taliban spokesman have an active Twitter account but not the former president of the United States? Whose side is the America-based big tech companies on?" That was his tweet. And then in Europe, we also got a reaction. This is Jérôme Rivière, a member of the European Parliament from France, who tweeted, quote, "Freedom and democracy are not doing well when Twitter continues to ban Trump's account, but relays the Taliban spokespersons without any second thoughts." That's from someone in the European Parliament. So to sum this all up, bottom line, this Taliban debacle in Afghanistan once again highlights the absolute hypocrisy and even evil of big tech companies in today's world. These big tech corporations are always talking about progress, peace, and morality, yet they themselves, in one way, shape, or form, are active participants in making the world a more dangerous place. As I always say, our future is up to us. My perspective about these big tech companies is that while I'm still allowed to use them, I will use them for good, trying to spread as much truth I can to the people interested in listening and helping me spread the truth about Israel, the Jewish people, and the freedom-loving world in order to make the world a better place. It's not enough just to complain. They have all the power in the world, but I'm going to use them as well as I can, as much as they let me use them to spread the truth and reach whoever I can. So thank you for joining me and listening to me and spreading the videos and taking advantage of whatever big tech companies to help us spread the truth and make the world a better place.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.